Basically, I made a short film that I hated. Let's just get into this video because I don't feel like doing any type of intro. I don't have that much time, so I really just want to film this because I have been meaning to film this video for like months. I kind of didn't really want to do it because I'm kind of embarrassed that I even made this movie, and I don't even consider it to be a movie. It's like a video, and it's not that good. I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but I am still happy I made it, and I was kind of thinking about that, and I was like, you know what, I just need to like, you know, get over my fear so I can make a little YouTube video about this experience. Basically, I made a short film that I hated, but I am happy that I did that because I learned a lot. Isn't that what life is about? Failing and learning? So yeah, I made a short film and it was a failure. I finished it though. So basically, 2 years after I graduated from film school, I was like missing making movies with my friends and stuff, and I was writing all the time, and I wrote a script and it was like 12 or 13 pages long. I don't remember. I don't remember how long it was. I think it was like 12 or 13 pages. And it was this cute little like teen movie. And I had always wanted to do like a teen girl, high school, girly vibe movie. I mean, I did like a preteen ballet movie. That was my thesis film at college. And man, I could tell some, you know, I could tell you some things about that process, but I'm kind of gonna skip it because it's a student film, but you can watch that. I put it up on my channel. So that was my last and only narrative short film I ever made at film school. And I really wanted to make another movie. I wanted to work with my friends, and yeah, like I just missed that vibe of like always being like creating and working with actors and, you know, filming stuff with your friends. Like I missed it so much. But of course, I was a recent college grad and I had no money. So I saved up a little bit. I think I had about $1,000 for the budget, but basically I had no money and I wanted to make a movie. And here's how I freaking did it. And it didn't turn out that good, but at least, you know, I did it. It was called Other Girls. And when I wrote this script, I was working at a summer camp and working with teenagers, and they kind of inspired it, but really it was mostly inspired by my own experience wanting to work through some things like insecurities I was thinking about. It was kind of like about me and my best friend too. Like we were really different, but we were always there for each other. So I thought that would be a really fun thing to put into the movie. And then I was like, you know what, heck it, let's just film it. And I think I knew it wasn't gonna be that good just because of the resources I had. And I was also like really stubborn and wanted to shoot it myself, like operate the camera, which was a horrible, terrible decision, and I don't recommend doing that. I thought I was Reed Moreno, and I'm not a good camera person at all. Like, look at the shot, like, I don't have that skill, but at the time I was really stubborn and I was like, I'm gonna do this all myself. So, I mean, if you can do it, but I couldn't do it and I did a bad job. I'm gonna stop saying negative things and just explain the whole process. For casting, I had 2 lead roles and then there were 4 like supporting roles. For the 2 leads, I saw one girl in a play at college and I thought she was like the most amazing actress ever. Reached out to her, asked her to do a self-tape. And then the other actress that I also asked to do a self-tape, I worked on a movie that she was in. And then I saw her in another short film, but she was like so talented. So I asked them both to do a self-tape, and I didn't really need that. Like I knew that I wanted to work with them, but the self-tapes were just like, I don't know, they just proved to me that they were like committed to the parts and like committed to working on this movie for fun. That is also kind of a lesson I learned, is like, even if you have like the perfect actor in mind, definitely like make them feel like they're auditioning, just because like I've had the experience of working on a set where the actor felt like very entitled and like they were doing a huge favor to everyone by acting in the movie, and it's like really a bad vibe. Like you want the actor to feel like they're on the team, you're all contributing to something, and that they're like really happy and grateful to be there. Like, because you do, like, as an actor, get a lot out of being in a short film, especially as a lead role. So you don't want to have, like, a bad vibe, you know, feeling like the actor is the boss, I guess. I don't know. But, sorry, I'm ordering pizza. But luckily, these 2 wonderful, wonderful women that I cast were incredible. They were probably the best part of the movie. I do like the script, but the script I originally wrote was like so much better, and I guess I must have cut so much out, I guess to make it shorter. I don't know why I did that, but when I read the original script, I'm like, oh, I like this so much better. It was just like so much more quippy and funny. It was like way more of a comedy, and then I made it really serious. Whatever, it's fine, it's over. And then the other supporting roles I cast mostly through Backstage, and since the movie took place in high school, it was really cool. Like, I decided to cast actual high schoolers for those roles, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then like the main girl of the supporting actresses, I hired one of my friends from high school because I wanted to hang out with her. She was like my age, she was like in her early 20s, but it was really cool to hang out with her. And then I also had a bit of background actresses I needed to cast, so I literally just asked my friends to come and be in the movie. So yeah, thank you to my friends who did that for me. That was amazing. They all were the background cheerleaders, so when you watch the movie, all the cheerleaders that don't have speaking roles they're just my girls. So that's how you kind of got to do it. You just got to get all your friends involved. And honestly, it's so much fun because you're just hanging out with your friends and making a movie. You know, forcing your friends to work with you is amazing. So for the locations, we basically stole every single location. So I wrote the script kind of knowing, you know, what I could and couldn't film. Like, I didn't put like a spaceship or something I knew I didn't have. Well, I guess that would have been possible. Just build a freaking spaceship. But there's like a scene that takes place in the woods, and my parents had like a tree fallen in their backyard. So I was like, that's perfect. We can just like stand in front of the tree and we're in the woods. But basically we just like stole every location. We just like went there with a really small crew and filmed it. We filmed in front of my high school. We filmed at like a public park. There was like a bunch of dogs in the background, which I didn't anticipate, but it was fine. I mean, I guess I probably should have had a producer, like someone to check and see if like, is there gonna be a Little League game when we wanna film? But I didn't, I just kind of winged it. So I would recommend checking stuff like that before you go film in a public park though, because it could have gotten very wrong. But yeah, all locations were free. We filmed over a weekend, a Friday night, a Saturday, and a Sunday. I like drove everyone who lived in the city to upstate where we filmed, and I think I paid for a couple people to take the train or for a couple people's gas. So like the budget for transportation was like $100 or $200, something like that. I have it written down somewhere. It was $300, there we go. $300 budget for transportation. And another thing, like, especially when you're working with young people, like, and their parents, you definitely have to offer to pay for their transportation and say, you know, send us a gas receipt and I'll reimburse you for that receipt. But never reimburse someone without the receipt. Like, if someone asks you for the reimbursement, like, that's one thing. But if you're just like, if you offer the reimbursement and they never send you a receipt and never say anything about it, don't worry about it. You're good. That's my advice for transportation. Another thing I just really quickly wanted to touch on about casting teenagers and young people and kids is you're also auditioning their parents when you audition them. Like, if you find like the most amazing kid actor but their parents are kind of a nightmare, or they're really sweet but they treat their parents really terrible, you don't want to work with them. I feel like that might be common sense, but I just wanted to say it because I did learn that doing my college film. But luckily, I've only worked with the most amazing, wonderful parents. And yeah. Cast and crew rates. Did I pay anyone? The answer is, of course, no. It was just me and my friends having a good time. Most of the people I worked with were still in college. And I also found that it's really cool to like have someone who like wants to get into sound and has never done it before to do it for the first time on like a project like this, where it doesn't have to be good. You're just doing it to like have fun and make like get your script like on the screen. Like, you're not trying to become like a great filmmaker. This is where I was. Like, I'm explaining in the third person, but this was where my head was at the time. I wasn't trying to like make the movie that would turn me into a filmmaker. I just wanted to make a movie with my friends, and I just wanted this script to like come to life. So it was really cool to like give people the opportunity to do a job they had never done for the first time, like a camera assistant or a production designer. Like, give people those opportunities instead of being like, oh, can I see your portfolio and make sure you're good enough for the project? I was like, no, you want to do this job, just come on, like, we'll have fun. Speaking of crew, on that note, the gear, the camera equipment was all borrowed. It was all stuff that we owned. Our camera had like a dead pixel on it, so like you can see this like smudge throughout the movie that looks so bad. The sound, I think I ended up paying like $30 to rent a microphone from someone. And I definitely rented the light kit from the gaffer. And I mean, this was 2017, inflation. So he charged me $65 for his kit. So yeah, I love working with him. But yeah, he rented us a light kit. That was really nice. I think we also rented a generator, and I don't think that was too expensive either. Or did we plug it into my house? Girl, I should have made this video many years ago. But basically everything was borrowed, and it was like all kind of rickety gear. And I feel like you can tell in the movie. Like the slate that we had was like a toy from Universal Studios that like you buy as a decoration for your room that I like wrote on with chalk. Like that's where we were at. I think we did have a real slate at some point though, because my friend lent it to us. Anyway, all the costumes and props were also just like clothes and stuff that me and my friends had and the actresses had. The production designer is one of my best friends, and she brought like a ton of her clothes. And we also had cheerleading uniforms for the cheerleading audition scene, and that ended up costing, I think, $200. And those I definitely paid for and didn't return, because this was before I like understood the value of buying things on Amazon and returning them. Like, I could have done that. But yeah, according to my notes, we ended up spending $200 total on production design. Now, the most important part of any film production is food. And my sibling and my friend who did sound, her boyfriend, they teamed up and they cooked all of the meals for us. So we went to like the cheap grocery store and spent $300 on the ingredients, on breakfast stuff and snacks. And we were mostly moving around to all these different locations, so we didn't have like a snack, like a crafty table. We just had like a crafty bag, so we didn't have to like go all out with the snacks. But yeah, we spent $300 total on feeding everybody for the whole weekend, which I think is really, really good. Like, I think it would have been $300 a day if we ordered from restaurants. So having like a family member or a friend who is excited to do the catering is really important. So I'm like super grateful to my sibling, because they have done this for me on every single one of my film shoots. They're just the best, and they're an amazing cook. So they have done such a good job every time, and everyone loves the food, and it's like really cost effective, and it's really nice and nutritious, and that's really important. So we filmed this at my parents' house. Like, that's where we all stayed. I literally had like a ton of air mattresses out in my basement with like everybody in the crew was sleeping in the basement, and then like I slept on my parents' couch, and I gave the actresses like the 2 bedrooms. Like, it was, one of the actresses was like sleeping on like a couch in my parents' dining room. Like, it was a big slumber party. The experience of making this movie was obviously very fun. It was also exhausting. I don't think I slept for those 3 days. I don't know that I ever sleep when I'm directing a short film, but that's okay. The pre-production process was kind of stressful because I was like doing everything on my own. I had an AD that was like working with me from the beginning, and I had a producer for a minute, but she kind of just made everything more stressful, then asked me to pay her and then dropped out. And I was kind of like, okay, like this was just a fun project, but that's fine. It was better that she dropped out because she didn't really help that much. Yeah, so pre-production was a lot of me doing everything, and I wasn't super organized and didn't really know how to do it at that point, so it was kind of all over the place. And then actually being on set and working with the actresses was the best part. Hanging out with them, getting to know them. They became like so close while we were filming, which was great, and getting to direct them and like really creating that scene and really like creating those scenes for the first time, because the other student project I had done, the other short film I'd made, was not a lot of dialogue, so this is the first time I was really getting to like direct dialogue. So that was really what I got out of it, and it was the best time ever. Yeah, so that was how that went. So I'm very happy I did it. Am I happy with how the film turned out and the edit? Absolutely not. The post-production process was a lot. It took me a long time. We ended up doing reshoots the next summer. So this movie took like 2 years to finish, which is ridiculous. But yeah, we ended up having to reshoot because one of the scenes, 2 of the scenes, the final scene and like this one scene in the beginning, like were uneditable and they were so bad. So the reshoots were like, but it was just one day. Mike's sibling cooked again. Like, we kind of did the exact same thing. I picked everybody up from the city and drove them back. But yeah, the reshoots were crazy. Had a totally different crew. I got someone to shoot it and be the camera operator, so I learned a lot. But again, like, they still didn't turn out that great. Like, we've shot it on a gimbal and you can so tell, but whatever. Then the editing, that took some time, and it was pretty frustrating because I shot it not well and I did not shoot it in a way that prepared me to edit it. So I feel like you can tell the reshoot stuff looks so much better than the stuff I shot. But there was one scene that I did trust my friend Brandon to shoot that looks so good. It's the best scene in the whole movie. It's like they're in the woods and he did such a great job, and it's really, really fun. It's very like teen movie, TV show. I don't know, the whole movie doesn't really go together. I feel like it doesn't make any sense, and the aesthetics of it like change. Like it's, I'm not gonna say any more negative things about it. I'm just gonna talk about the budget. So the post-production, like the sound mixing and the color, I colored it myself, wouldn't recommend. And then I had someone do the sound mix for me, and that cost $150, and it was like fine. I don't really know what they did. I started entering it into film festivals in late 2019, and then we all know what happened in 2020, so I didn't actually end up going to any film festivals with it. I went to some virtual ones that were like fun and like local ones. So that was cool to like get to be a part of these local film festivals and like DM with people and like have a connection to these festivals. And then when I did my next short film, they remembered me, and I got discounts and like just had like a good connection with these festivals I'd already been to. So that was another really positive thing about this project. So at the end of the day though, it was like 2020, so I was kind of okay with this project just being like online, people can watch it. I really hope the actresses love it because they were really good in it, even though I don't love it. I think they did such a good job, and there are only women and girl actresses in this movie, which is cool. That was really fun. I had a couple of dudes on the crew, but for the most part, it was a very woman-heavy set, which is the best thing ever. I love working with women so much. We're the best. Let's go, girls. But it was like a really fun time with my friends, as I keep saying over and over. But yeah, you should definitely, if you want to make a short film and you have no money, just freaking do it. Get your friends together and have a good time and do it. Enter it in festivals, go to the festivals. Even if you're not happy with the edit and how it comes out, like, you made a freaking movie, you had a good time, and the next one will be better, because every single movie you make, you learn more. And it's hard to make a movie. It's expensive, it's time consuming, it takes a lot of resources and a lot of people. So if you can do it, like that's an accomplishment. Even if it's not good, you freaking did it. The next one will be better, and then the next one. It took me, I have made 4 short films so far in my life, and the first one I'm okay with. It was my student film, so I had a lot of resources, a lot of help. I like it. I don't think it's amazing. This one that I just blabbed about for 20 minutes, pretty bad. The next one, better production value, I'm proud of it, but the script wasn't there, and I don't think my directing was great yet. And the last one I did, the 4th short film, I'm extremely proud of. Like, it's my favorite thing I've made, and I love watching it. The other ones, I can't stand. So it really is something, for me anyway. It really felt like I learned so much by doing, and I really, like, it's hard to get opportunities to work with actors and to direct lighting. Like, making a movie is not something that you can just like do as a hobby. Like, so the more you do it, the more you learn. So even if you have a script that you're not totally sure about, but you feel like you're in a good place, like you have a little tiny bit of money to feed people and you have friends who are willing to work with you, go and do it. Even if you don't feel like you're ready, go do it. Because the only way you're gonna learn and the only way you're gonna get better is by doing. I feel like that's kind of the message of my channel. It's all I talk about. It's the only thing I know. I'm gonna hopefully though someday figure out something else. Like, I would love to find a shortcut to being a really good storyteller, but right now the only thing I know is to like write and to make it happen and to just do it even when you're not ready. I don't know. Well, that's all I have to say. Did you see my finger holes in my shirt? That's pretty sick. Tube Sock is being really cute right now, so I might add this picture of him. If you can't see it on my camera, you might be able to see that as a little bonus. I'll add this picture of him to the video. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.